All right, so we had 3.75% all across the board, all across the board. And what this means is the Feds actually did not cut or hike rates. So there are three things that they can do. They can hold the rates just like your other news releases. It comes in line with expectations. This was already kind of predicted going into today, right from Monday. We already had like 69% of probability that we could see, the rates be on hold, which is what we have. Now, rates being on hold means something very important. It means that the rates are high, so they remain high, right? Nothing surprising is really happening. And when we're looking at this, when we're looking at when we're looking at the calendar, one of the things we want to pay attention to is the surprise. Are we expecting, like in this case, are we expecting a higher CPI, right? Or are we expecting, like here, we're expecting 0.2% for CPI, and then we get a 0.1. This is lower than expected. This is cooling of inflation happening here, and that surprise the markets would run off of. So it's very important that we understand that the expansions to the directional biases that we want to see would happen based on the surprise would happen based on the surprise factor of the news release, and we see here we have in line with expectations, right? So my stance still remains the same and let's just go into the chart so that we see what I'm saying, right? If the rates remain high, it means that we still have inflation problems. Now, inflation problems would mean that the Feds would not likely cut rates, just like we've seen, right? And that means the yield market remains high, right? The yield market goes in tandem with, it kind of gives us a visual representation of what, we want to look at with the rates, right? And as you can see, the yield market is still, up there. Right? Nothing in this form has shown a breaking market structure yet. Right. So if this is bullish and this would continually rake higher if oil continually goes higher, right? So oil is currently $84 per barrel. At some points we're at 77, at some points we're at 93 going into last week, the close of last week. So we've seen a little bit of shake off. Is this going to continue? If this is going to continue, then gold sales continues, right? Because this continuing would bring inflation problems. That would mean that we have the DXY continue to go higher, which would obviously be sell side for foreign assets or risk assets like gold, BTC, and the likes, right? The stock market is also joining that picture, especially because the reports that we've, been getting recently has not been the best, right? The earnings reports we've been getting has not been the best. Now, when after FOMC played out, I was looking for something to engage in. Me and the guys, we had a live session, 2, 3 hours long, and we were waiting for this level to get tapped, right? And we didn't see that price just rolled off here. Let's look at gold properly before we come down to what I was thinking. All right, so the move happened from a daily bullish order block, right? This one, down close candle run higher, and we've tried and tried inside of here, right? This week I tried 3 times, buying gold. The last one was Tuesday Asia session, and that was my last trade. And pressed, and I was taken out also. I was stabbed. All right, so that has not worked out. I was trying to buy gold, but it didn't work out. We just kept seeing price return back into this down close. And this again is the reality of trading the markets, right? These things are going to happen. And if you know the conditions you're in, you're able to protect yourself. Like I did not risk nothing more than 0.5 on the trade this particular week. So that was still good on my end. But another thing to note here is how deep the manipulation is going to go. You won't be able to tell because it's like it's the OB, but we came already inside of that OB Friday last week, right? And then we return back again on Tuesday inside of the OB, the bodies, and then it still goes all the way down. deep inside of the OB before it starts to go higher, right? It's just, accumulation in here. Right before the news release, I think I have a video on that. I was talking about how, gone to my head, I want to see, gold just rally for FOMC. And the reason is we opened on the week, right, and just started to move lower, right? This is Monday, right? And we've just moved lower into a higher time frame level and just starts to move away before FOMC, which is 2 p.m. Right. Yeah, 2 a.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. EST. And then 2 p.m. EST, we see that rally, right, and continues. Now, this was the level, this is the level I really like. I like this up close candle for the sell, right? But right here, we already took our buy side liquidity, so I was going to take a stab, but wasn't given the opportunity also. Right. Another level I looked at before we put up this move, I wanted to see a return back into these highs that we later did. We later did. I wasn't on sit. I just came on sit now. We did this some hours ago, right? This was the play I would have, taken also for what FOMC, right? We have that breaker inside of here. This is the buy model, right? We have original consolidation here. We see price, reach into a higher time frame discount level and then breaks market structure. So when it breaks market structure, there's always a breaker somewhere. If you find the breaker, you know what you're doing. And that was the breaker. Price comes down here, right? There's a breach of the block. Very clean trade. And right now, I think I need to remove this. I'm not taking this no more. I think we can still see from here a run above these highs. That's what I'm looking at here, that we have a run above these highs. And I then would then come back tomorrow to see what price is done. Right. It's really, really seeming like we're seeing the bulls just pricing, but I like it. I like it because I want this move to really, really feel like we are going higher and then we start to go lower. Now, this is just what I want to see. It doesn't mean that that's what the market is going to do. I'm just sharing my thoughts and experiences. I would like that we have that leg of buy side that influences buyers inside of the game. And then I'll be looking for shorts there. It's called sentiment analysis. And I'll also be adding for technical analysis, right? Technical analysis right now see looks bullish, right? Fundamentals are saying that we should be seeing sales, right? And I trust the fundamentals, because that's what has been happening all year and nothing has changed yet, right? So the run up in here, just like it was happening in here, I'm seeing that as a manipulation, and then I'll be looking to get in right at levels that honestly I do not know yet, but I'll be looking to get in. I'll share that inside of the Discord channel. If you like to be part of the Discord, it is $55 a month, and the slots are open until 10th of August. So reach out to me, in the comments. I would reach back to you. All right. So, but that's what we have currently. We have a buy side here, and I think the next draw will be these equal highs. I want to see what we do after we take out those highs. That's really what I want to be seeing. I'll be awake for another 1 2 hours just to see that. But what other things, did we see? We saw the dollar run lower. Crazy, right? And again, the same story, right? We have just been putting up bullish candles, or we've just been putting up higher highs going into Wednesday, right? What I would have loved for or for FOMC is we had a little bit of discounts before today so that we can just continue here. And I think I said it in one of my calls. I don't know if it's on YouTube here, that two things will happen, right? We have the rally into FOMC, and then FOMC throws it in the other direction, or we have some form of discount going into FOMC and then FOMC throws it in the right direction. The latter is what I would like I said, right? But seeing all of this happen, I knew, most likely we'll be aiming for sell side here, which is what we did. We saw the dollar fall off, fall off from this level fall off from this level. Right, we already took our buy side liquidity here, and today's candle just opens, stays inside of the range, and then breaks. Now we're back inside of this bullish order block, and here I'm comfortable to start to see continuation buys. If we're gonna get that, if we're gonna see buys, then it should happen from this down close candle. That's how I want to see it. And that run higher here is gonna be a level I've marked out for GU since Monday. Is gonna be this bearish order block that we just got to. Now we have another bearish order block here, but I think if DXY starts to go higher from there, then this is already enough. This is already enough. We took our buy side liquidity, we're inside of this order block, and then we can start to see sell side. So that's it for GU continuations. I would like to see, right? If we're not going to get continuation, this is it, right? This is where we're going to continue to see buy side, this high here. All right. So the moment we start to close through this rectangle box that I have here, right, that solidifies for me sell side. But if we just stay above it, then that will be buy side, which is one of the reasons why I want to be waiting till tomorrow before I'm doing anything, or today. Today's already Thursday, before I start to do anything. Now, lastly, very quickly, right, also has been seeing craziness, and right at FOMC, there was a very good play. I was telling the guys this, but I saw this very late. I saw this very late. We took out that buy side liquidity going inside of here at I think 7:30. Yeah, 7:45 here. All right. FOMC was that candle, and the next candle just goes into that bearish order block. That's a good sell. Right. Again, risk assets are going to see sell side when the yield market is bullish, when dollar is bullish. So I'll be expecting for more sell side, but I want to see a little bit of premium before I do that. I don't have a position now, so let's leave this. Right. So that's kind of like all I have. BTC for last. I like BTC to the sell side. I like BTC to the sell side. And that level, I had a limit here, but I did not get tagged in. I wanted to see, of course, can do send price lower. Let's see, price just leaves me. And your brokers would not even get you in if you don't have 2, 3 pips, especially for your prop firms. So I'm not in on this one. Maybe we still get it, I'll still like it. But yeah, I'm looking at that. But besides that, that's kind of everything I have for you guys today. I hope your trading week is going good. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bless up, family.